My greetings to everyone. I am Professor Dr. Namita Rajput, Professor in Department of Commerce, Sri Aurobindo College, University of Delhi. In the ongoing series of Principles of Marketing, today we will be talking more on segmentation, targeting, positioning, and in detail we will be talking on STP as a strategy, product positioning, etc. So the flow of presentation will go like this. First we will be talking on the product positioning, choosing a market value through segmenting, targeting, positioning, and now we will be talking on what do you mean by product positioning. The product positioning is a marketing strategy that aims to create a distinctive image and appeal for a product in the mind of the target market. It involves differentiating a product from its competitors and establishing a unique space in the customer's perception. The product positioning is the process of determining the new product positions in the mind of the consumers. Now, it includes analyzing the market, the competitors' positions, defining the positions of a new product among the existing ones, and communicating a particular brand product image. The companies can implement the product positioning by using the communication channels, pricing or quality of the products to stand out and to be recognizable. There are a few important key definitions given by the different authors. So first we will be talking by a definition given by Philip Kotler. The product positioning is the act of designing the company's offer and image so that it occupies a distinct and valued place in the target customer's mind. According to Stanton, there is a key definition given by him. A positioning is the effort to influence the consumer perception of a brand or a product relative to the perception of competing brands or the products. And it is the way the product is defined by the consumer or important attributes, the place the product occupies in the consumer mind relative to competing products. Now, there's a question which comes to our mind. Why is product positioning important? The product positioning is very crucial for the brands as it involves understanding the customer and crafting a product that aligns with their needs. A well-devised strategy establishes the product place in the market, highlighting its benefits for the consumer. And also this process entails shaping a distinct brand image and defining the product unique advantages compared to the competitors. The next step involves conveying this differentiation to the target audience through effective communication channels. The messages communicated to the customers should generate interest. And also, the successful product positioning, it requires the marketers to identify the optimal ways to present the products, considering the customer needs, competition, communication channels, and the tailored messages. By implementing these strategies, the companies can create the compelling messages that address the customer needs and desires, ultimately driving the purchase decisions. And also, the advantages of a product positioning extend beyond this, offering some additional benefits that the marketer can leverage for effective marketing. We need to explore our list to discover the comprehensive benefits of this marketing approach. The first and the foremost benefit what we talk about for the product positioning is identifying the key benefits of a product and matching them with the customer needs. Finding a competitive advantage even when the market changes. Also about meeting the customer's expectations. The customers has an array of expectations which come and they are derived from the product. So we need to see, as far as the product positioning is concerned, that is to what extent the customer expectation is fulfilled. We also need to reinforce the brand's name and its products, winning the customer loyalty, and the customer loyalty can only be won only when you are able to, as a marketer, fulfill the needs of the customer and taking care of their aspects and expectations about the product. So you need to also create an effective promotional strategy for the product. Now, there are some additional benefits which you also see for the product positioning. That is, attracting the different types of customers. And the different types of customers can be attracted only when you give diverse benefits and the different range of the products catering to the diverse customer needs. And also need to improve the competitive strength as far as the product is concerned. We also need to talk about, when you talk about the product positioning, that you have to launch some new product range and also presenting some new features of the existing product. And if you are able to bullseye or target that particular additional features of the existing products, the existing customers will feel very happy because there are some new features which are added to the old products. So they feel elevated about the range, about the qualities, about the features which they are being offered by the company. Now, we are also now coming on to the steps in product positioning. There are some steps involved in the product positioning like the target audience, the positioning statement, the promotional strategy, the competitor strategy, what product benefits are you offering, and the USP, that is the unique selling propositions. So let us discuss these steps one by one. Now, coming on to the steps to the product positioning, the product positioning involves several steps to effectively establish a distinct and valued place for a product in the mind of the target market. Now, we will be talking of some typical steps involved in the product positioning. The first and the foremost step, what we're talking about the product positioning is, you need to identify the target audience. Define the specific segment of the market that the product is intended for. Understand the needs, preferences, and the behavior of the target audience. Understand the competitive landscape. We need to analyze the strength, the weakness of the competing products in the market and also identify some key points of differentiation that can be used to position the product. Another step which involves in the product positioning is to determine the unique selling proposition, that is the USP. We need to identify the unique features, benefits or attributes of the product that set it apart from the competitors. We need to also determine the value proposition that the product offers to the target audience. Now, after discussing these steps, there are some other steps also which are involved in the product positioning, that is, communicate the positioning. We need to develop the marketing messages, the branding and the communication strategies that convey the desired positioning to the target audience. We need to also ensure that the consistency in all the marketing communications to reinforce the intended positioning. So, enforcement and to ensure the consistency is very, very vital point in order to product position in the market. If you are not able to maintain that consistency or reinforce, so it will be very difficult to have the intended positioning of the product in the market. Now, coming on to a very vital step of the product positioning, that is, you need to monitor and adapt. Continuously monitor the market trends, consumer perceptions, and the competitive activities. Now these things are very, very important because there are some changing and evolving perceptions of the consumers which are very important. There are some upcoming trends which also needs to be incorporated, and also monitor the market trends and the competitive trends and the competitive activities which are happening around the landscape of the marketing. So we need to monitor and adapt these activities into the positioning of the product for a product to be positioned in the way you want to be and be successful. Now, adapting the positioning strategy as needed to effectively respond to the changes in the market environment. Now, by following these steps, what we have discussed, the companies can effectively position their product in a way that resonates with their target audience and set them apart from the competitors. So these steps are definitely very vital, important to basically position the product in the market. Now, if you are not talking about these, then you will not be able to make your product a successful product and you will not be able to position the product. Now, let us talk about the product positioning strategies. Yes, we will be talking of different kind of positioning strategies and that they have to be kept in mind, and the type of positioning strategy you use depending upon the product you are positioning. The first and the foremost positioning strategy is characteristics based positioning, followed by pricing based positioning. The third is your use or application based positioning, the quality or prestige based positioning, and the competitor based positioning. The first we talk about the product positioning strategies. While many companies invest significant time in the product development, only a handful consider how the consumers will perceive the product once it hits the market. The product positioning involves comprehending the product you choose to launch to the public. Therefore, it's very crucial to be attentive to the customer perceptions. So let us dwell into the essential strategies that will aid in defining the position of your product. So, the positioning based on the characteristics is the first one what we are going to discuss. It involves assigning the specific attributes to the product to establish the associations, influencing the consumer choices, brand image and the product features. In the automotive industry, for instance, an individual concerned about safety might opt for Volvo due to the brand established positioning in that regard. Conversely, a customer prioritizing reliability might favor Toyota for its perceived dependability. Positioning based on pricing entails aligning your company with the competitive pricing, often presenting the products or the services as the most affordable in the market. You need to consider the supermarkets, for instance, which can offer the lower prices due to reduced shipping and the distribution cost, the high turnover and the bulk procurement of the goods. Now, use of application-based positioning. The companies can also position themselves by associating with a certain use or application. The people who adhere to a healthy lifestyle create a great demand for the products that help increase performance in the gym. Hence, many businesses offer nutritional supplements, and these brands sell the supplements that are high in calories, vitamins and minerals. The brands we are talking about now don't concentrate on their price point. They focus on their prestige or high quality instead. Sometimes it's the reputation that makes a brand attract the customers. Let's take Rolex, for example. Now, this famous watch brand is associated with achievement and excellence in sport and is popular among powerful and the wealthy people. So, definitely, we are talking about the quality or the prestiged base positioning. Not everyone can afford, only the wealthy people can afford this type of a product positioning. Now, let us discuss another type of product positioning, that is, we are talking about now the competitor-based positioning. Yes, we are having the center of our competitors. So, the strategy involved using the competitors' alternatives to the different products and highlight their advantages. It helps the brand distinguish their products and show their uniqueness. Now, how to write a product positioning statement is another question. Let us dwell into that. Now, crafting an effective product positioning statement, it involves articulating a very clear description of a product or a service and elucidating its place within a specific market. Now, this statement serves as a tool for sales and marketing teams to convey the advantages of your product to the prospective customers. Now, how to write a product positioning statement? The first and the foremost thing which you have to keep in mind is you need to understand your customer base thoroughly. Now, at this point, you should possess a comprehensive of your ideal customer. Having conducted the competitors' analysis, collected the customer input, and identified the market voids, you need to prioritize the brevity. Effective positioning statements are succinct. The aim is to convey a detailed message in just a few brief sentences which are catchy and good. We also need to ensure a coherence between your message and your brand value. In your positioning statement, we need to ensure that your brand story, the mission statement, and the company's values are all in harmony. The consistent alignment across these elements, they enable the customer to recognize and connect with your message through the various marketing channels. You also need to maintain the emphasis on meeting the customer needs. We also need to ensure that your statement centers around the customer needs, highlighting what distinguishes your offering from the competitors. For instance, if the price is a key concern for your customer, you also need to emphasize why your product stands out as the most affordable choice. The critical aspect is to ensure that your messaging is attuned to what matters most to your customers. Now we will be giving some examples of the product positioning, like Apple. Apple offers the state-of-art technology solutions tailored for a tech-savvy individuals seeking a premium laptops, computers, and the mobile devices. The company advocates for inclusivity and accessibility, prioritizing the employee well-being and demonstrating a dedicated commitment to sourcing top quality material and the products. Thank you so much.